New York, Greg Gumbel, Mike Ditka, Joe Gibbs. Let's run down scores and highlights for you. Early game action, the Houston Oilers at Dallas. Second quarter score under a minute to play. The Oilers and the Cowboys are tied at 10. I think most everybody in the country has to be surprised by this game so far.
On any given Sunday, isn't this great? Bucky Richardson gets a chance, hey, to be a hero here. Nobody gave him a chance. Well, Mike Ditka might have given him a chance. Mike did.
I like Bucky Richardson. I'm not going to put him in the Hall of Fame, but I guarantee you he's going to the Pro Bowl.
All right, Bucky Richardson getting his first professional start today in place of the injured Cody Carlson. Meanwhile, at the Meadowlands, the New York Jets and the Broncos, it's the Jets by 1 at halftime, 14-13. Denver has lost running back Rod Bernstein for the remainder of the day with a hamstring injury. In Los Angeles, the Raiders and the Seahawks, second quarter score, the Seahawks are leading by a touchdown. That game has less than 2 minutes to play in the first half. In New Orleans, the Redskins leading the Saints 14-3 in the second quarter. Brian Mitchell has a 74-yard punt return for Washington in this game. And in San Diego, the Chargers at halftime leading the Bengals 13-3. Now, earlier today, the game everyone was pointing to, the Chiefs against the 49ers. Kansas City wins it 24-17. Let's go to Arrowhead Stadium, where Joe Montana was hoping his performance would live up to the hype. And it did. 4th and goal from the 1. Montana to tackle eligible Joe Valerio. 1-yard touchdown pass. Chiefs led 7-0. It was 14-7 Niners. The Niners, Steve Young under heavy pressure all day. Derek Thomas got him for the safety. 1 of 4 sacks for Thomas today. It was 14-9. Third quarter, the Chiefs grabbed the lead for good. Montana to Keith Cash with an 8-yard touchdown pass. The 2-point conversion gave the Chiefs a 3-point lead. And then Marcus Allen, fine day, 72 yards rushing. 4 yards up the middle. The Chiefs led 24-14. They won it by a score of 24-17. The quarterback battle on the day, Steve Young had more yardage throwing, but Montana had more touchdown passes. And after the game, our Jim Gray had a chance to talk with Joe Montana.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. How important a victory was this for you, Joe? You downplayed it all week.
Well, I think it was a big victory for our team, you know, to be able to come here and play a good football team with a lot of talent and a lot of power on both offensively and defense, and come out on top. It says a lot for a ball club.
Difficult to play against your old teammates?
Oh, yeah, it was very difficult. You're looking across there, see some familiar faces. It's just like practice. You want to look over there and laugh, but, you know, it's too serious out there. But we had a lot of fun.
Happy to have it behind you?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I think for both sides it's good to get it behind us one way or the other, and it's over with, and we've still got a long way to go in the season.
Joe, congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to Greg Gumbel.
All right, Jim, let's go back to that question that Jim Gray asked Joe right at the beginning. The Chiefs knock off an NFC powerhouse in the San Francisco 49ers. How important is this game to the Chiefs?
I think it's great for the AFC, for one thing. I think it proves that the AFC's got some teams that can match up with Dallas and San Francisco. But I'm telling you something, Joe Montana wasn't telling the truth there. He savors this victory as much as any he's ever had.
I'll bet.
Another great comment. You notice he is a true superstar, yet this guy, did you get his comments? The first thing he said right out of his mouth, hey, the team, it was a big victory for the team, which it was, but here's a guy that's kind of, he's still looking at things the right way.
All right, gentlemen, let's move on down the scoreboard at County Stadium in Milwaukee. The Dolphins beat the Packers 24-14. 8 wins and 8 tries for Miami against Green Bay. Dan Marino to Keith Byers, 4-yard touchdown pass in the final minute of the first half. The Dolphins never looked back, neither did Don Shula. Marino, 2 touchdown passes today. He has 7 in the first 2 games of this season. In New England, the Bills over the Patriots, 38-35. Another shootout and another loss for New England. Marv Levy trying to avoid an 0-2 start for the first time as the Buffalo coach. Jim Kelly, 4 touchdown passes in the first half. This one, 15 yards to Don Beebe. It was 28-14 Bills. Drew Bledsoe brings New England back, 12 yards to Michael Timpson. It was 35-28 Buffalo. And then free agent Marion Butts up the middle, 6 yards and a touchdown, his second of the day, 35-35. But with less than a minute to play, Steve Christie from 32 yards out wins it for Buffalo, 38-35. Buffalo wins it, and with that, their first victory of the year. At Minnesota, the Vikings beat the Detroit Lions 10-3, the only touchdown of the day. Warren Moon to Quadri Ishmael. Moon threw for 221 yards today. At Cleveland, the Steelers came from behind to beat the Browns 17-10. In Tampa Bay, the Bucs win their first, 24-10 over Indianapolis, despite a good rushing day by Marshall Faulk, 104 yards. And in Atlanta, the Falcons trample the Rams 31-13. We'll send you back to the Meadowlands and the Jack Murphy Stadium for the second half right after these messages.